my basic unicorn lovelies. Today is step 5 to our 10 steps to the most okayish face ever series. This step is powdering. Okay, so now that everything is on here, I'm going to do one last little blend before we powder and make sure that there are no, there's no product hanging out in any of these wrinkly guys. Because if you put powder on top of that, you're going to have that wrinkle like the rest of your days. So I'm using the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I'm going to use it on a damp beauty sponge. This is a beauty blender. I get that on the sponge, and then I like to knock a little bit of it off on the back of my hand because I put everything on the back of my hand because that's what I do. And then I'm very lightly like pushing this into the skin. And I'm doing that to not disrupt the work that we did on the concealer and not disrupt my eczema, or if you have breakouts or just have inherited baggy under eyes. When you're powdering these areas at the end, you really want to make sure that it's locking it all in and not disrupting at all. Coming around that eczema flare up around my nose, powdering my nose. And then now I like to take a fluffier brush, and I like to use a small brush. And I'm just going to make sure that everything else is nice and powdered. Thin dusting, nothing crazy. You can also use like a velour puff because that feels very fancy. So like a brush, a really big fluffy brush sometimes is good. Some people like stuff like that. One of these guys is good. My preferred method, honestly, is this and this. Those are my favorites. Favorite way to powder. How are those spots looking on camera? Oh, you can't see them. Who knew that was going to happen? Oh wait, I did! So I do want to pick up just a little bit more on the biggest brush, just for down here. I'm powdering everything a little bit today because I'm using powder products, and if you do a powder on top of a cream or a liquid like this without powdering it first, like if I went in with a dry bronzer on wet foundation, that's just going to lift it all back up. So if I have powdered all of my work, that's going to make it all stay. And that, my basic unicorn lovelies, is powder step 5 done. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this and got something out of it. If you try this or anything, please hashtag me. Be a basic unicorn. Hashtag life with Leah the makeup mama. Get it to me somehow. Messenger pigeon. I don't know. Thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it and got something out of it. Be sure that you subscribe because there's so much more coming down the pipeline. Make sure that you watch our last video. Make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you watch me talk about hard things that I've been through. Soulful Storytime Sundays. I think we're going to call it that. Make sure that you watch our trailer. And my family. And all the other things everywhere. Go watch all my stuff.